Alrighty, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 1 of Greek week. This week I am dedicating a video every single day to sorority recruitment. A lot of you guys have been asking questions about what a sorority is, what being in one is like, and what the recruitment process is at Kent State, where I am a sophomore fashion merchandising student and also an Alpha Phi. So I've got you covered this week. Today I'm going to be talking about what the recruitment process is like at Kent State specifically. Obviously every school is different, so take that into consideration when watching this video. Tomorrow I am doing a Q&A with my twin sister Madison. She is a Delta Zeta at Marshall University in West Virginia, and we are just answering a bunch of your questions that you left over on my Instagram, Style by MCKENZ, asking how much money it costs to be in a sorority, what the difference between our recruitment processes are like, if you feel like you're buying friends, all that jazz. So that's going to be tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I'm going to be sharing styling and outfit advice for recruitment. So at Kent we have 2 open house rounds, sisterhood and preference round. I'm going to be sharing 10 outfit ideas for open house, 10 outfit ideas for sisterhood, 10 outfit ideas for preference round. That way you guys have a wide variety of options and you will know exactly what to wear to look and feel your best throughout recruitment. So I hope you guys find this series helpful. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Without further ado, let's hop right on in. I do want to start off by saying that recruitment for 2020 is open right now if you are going to Kent State. So just head on over to Kent State's Pan-Hellenic Council Instagram, which I will leave linked below, and it will take you through the process to register. Recruitment this year at Kent is going to be virtual, so what I am talking about is based on my experience last year and what recruitment is typically like. Honestly, we have not been told what virtual recruitment is going to entail or what it's going to be like, so I can't really give you guys any advice or tips on that, but I am going to be talking through what it would be like if it was a non-corona year. So yeah, I got my computer over here, so if you see me looking, that's why. I want to start off by talking about what a sorority even is. A lot of girls are not sure what a sorority is. I know that they're not everywhere. So a sorority is a society for female students in a university or college. Basically, it is a like-minded group of girls who come together and they also get involved on campus. They raise money for a specific organization and they give back to the community. I am an Alpha Phi and our philanthropy is Women's Heart Health, which means we raise money throughout the year to donate for women's heart health. So every sorority is different. My sister Delta Zeta, theirs is Starkey Hearing, and like I said, every sorority has something different that they are raising money for, doing community service and trying to raise awareness for while making friends, while socializing, getting to know other girls, etc. So at Kent, we have 8 different sororities. This is not a lot compared to some schools in the South, but for Ohio, it is one of the largest Greek life organizations. We have Alpha Phi, Delta Gamma, Alpha Xi Delta, Phi Mu, Delta Zeta, Chi Omega, Sigma Delta Tau, and Sigma Sigma Sigma, also known as Tri Sig. So those are the 8 different sororities on campus. So at the beginning of the year, there's going to be a couple of different events where there are going to be sororities, fraternities, clubs, sports, all kinds of organizations across campus out in a row. One of the first ones is called Blast Off, and it happens the week before school starts. Like I said, all of those people will be lined up. Most people will have like a booth, maybe a poster. There will be girls in sororities handing out like little cards on information on their sorority and what their chapter entails. And this is a great thing to go to. I recommend all freshmen go to it. Even if you're not interested in going through recruitment or getting involved in Greek life at all, I would recommend going and checking out some of the other publications, student organizations, clubs, etc. There's a lot of intramural sports at those as well. So Blast Off is one of the most popular. I believe it's like from 5 to 8 at night or something random like that. You will know it will be on like your freshman itinerary, and I recommend going to that. Just wear something normal like what you would typically be wearing in a day. I think I wore like a crop top and a denim skirt one day, and then for the other event that was kind of like Blast Off, but it was called something different that I can't remember, I wore just a tank top and denim shorts and like sandals. So super casual. Just go with your roommates, your friends. It's a great way to get involved and just meet people. And the conversations that you will have with Greek life members throughout this is about 5 to 15 minutes. You're not gonna stay with a certain sorority for that long, and you're free to move about them. So if you don't want to talk to a certain sorority or you don't want to talk to a certain organization, you don't have to. It's literally just hundreds of students roaming around. Also at these events, there will be girls encouraging you to sign up for recruitment and showing you how to do so if you haven't already. Like I said, recruitment is open right now and you can go and register to go through recruitment, but if you get to school and you still haven't decided if you want to go through, it's not too late. The registration date is really late, so it's not really too late to sign up until I believe like maybe a month before. Don't quote me on that. It is $50 usually to sign up for recruitment. That is how much I paid. However, that is subject to change. So once you have registered and before you go through recruitment, there will be a mandatory meeting for PNMs. If you don't know what a PNM is, it is a potential new member, and that is what they call girls who are going through recruitment. So potential new members will meet in the ballroom. This is a meeting for like 1.5 to 2 hours, one random night. I believe it was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and they are going to go over everything basically that I'm covering in this video. They're going to talk about what each round is like. They're going to give you suggestions on what to wear, and they're going to put you in an SRC group. And an SRC group is a group of girls that you're going to stay with throughout the entire recruitment process. A lot of people make great friends in their SRC group, and it's a really good way just to even get to know the people that might be in your pledge class potentially. So SRC stands for Sorority Recruitment Counselor, and there are going to be like 4 girls from other chapters who are leading you, and you will not know what sorority these girls are in. They will do a big reveal at the end of recruitment, but they are just there to guide you, help you, answer any questions you have throughout your decision process, and they're going to be the ones taking you to each house and into each meeting and stuff like that. So your SRC is a great person that you can turn to. One of mine was an Alpha Phi as well, so she ended up being one of my sisters. Always reach out to your SRC. They are there to help you. So recruitment at Kent happens over 2 different weekends. One week it will be, I think, Friday, Saturday, and then the next weekend it will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It happens over 2 weeks, which is kind of nice because it doesn't interfere with your school schedule. You also aren't moving into school prior to school starting to go through recruitment. I know a lot of schools in the South, like University of South Carolina, do that. I kind of don't like that. So this is happening during the school year. Our recruitment was at the end of September, early October. So at Kent, we have 3 different rounds. We have open house, sisterhood, and preference round. Open house is going to take 2 different days, and it's going to be the entire first weekend. So throughout open house round, there are going to be 8 different rounds that last 40 minutes each, and you will have a 20-minute break in between each round. So at Kent, you're gonna wear something pretty chill. I wore just a white tank top and orange flowy pants and Jack Rogers. You're going to go with your SRC group. You're going to line up, and you are going to visit on the very first day 4 different chapters. It's in a generic plain room, and you are going to talk with a few different girls, up to 5 girls I would say, for 5, 10, 15 minutes each, because you're only in there for 40 minutes. So you're having about 10-minute conversations. This is going to be very generic conversation, introducing yourself. They will probably ask you what you were involved with in high school, why you are considering going through recruitment, if you have any questions about their sorority, etc. So after the 40 minutes is up, you and your SRC group are going to go back into the hallway, take that 20-minute break, and then you're going to go into the next room, which is going to have a different chapter, and you're going to talk for another 40 minutes, come back for 20 minutes in the hallway, and then do that 2 more times. So you will have visited 4 chapters the first day, and then the second day you are going to visit the other 4 chapters that you didn't visit the first day. While you are taking that 20-minute break in the hallway, I really recommend writing down some notes in the notes section of your phone. If I remembered the girl's name, I would write it down in my notes section, what we talked about. I would write down if I remembered what their philanthropy was, what stood out to me, if conversation flowed easily, if I had a really good initial first impression with them, etc. So anything that comes to mind, just jot down a few notes. This will really help you at the end of day 2. So after you have talked to and visited with all 8 chapters, you are going to sit down and rank. This will happen at the end of day 2, so the end of the second day of open house, and you are going to go into a room, and they are going to give you a computer, and you're going to rank the chapters how you liked them, most to least. So your first choice all the way down to your 8th choice. So you will have an entire week to just go about your school day, do whatever, and then the following week you will come back and you will have sisterhood round. Sisterhood round, you can get called back to up to 5 sororities. So Recruitment is a mutual selection process. So you have to want to see that sorority back and they have to want to see you back. So that is what's so nice about it, is that trust the process, because they make it work so that you are seeing girls who want to see you back and you are seeing girls that you want to see back. And that's great. So you obviously ranked your 1 through 8. However, if my number 1 and 2 did not want to see me back, but my 7 and 8 wanted to see me back, I would have to go back to chapters 7 and 8 and visit with them again, even though they were my 7th and 8th choice. You're still gonna give them a second chance. Really go into that with an open mind if that does happen to you, because sometimes you end up really liking that chapter. You have to remember that there is a chance that out of the 5 girls of the 150 girls in that sorority, that maybe you just talked to a few that didn't click, and the next girl that you talk to might end up being your very best friend, your big, something like that. So you're not gonna love every girl necessarily. Don't be mean in conversation, and if you don't like a sorority, don't make that known. Like, be kind to them, and then at the end you can write down in your notes, really didn't click with these people. It's okay not to like everyone, but do give everyone a chance and go in with an open mind. So that actually happened to me personally. My top 4 asked to see me back, but my number 5 did not. Delta Zeta, I ranked 5th, and they did not want to see me back, so I ended up going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 on my list. That's totally fine. My 6th was Alpha Z Delta, and I actually ended up really liking them the second day, which I would have never known if I hadn't gone and seen them again. So for this day, you will wear something a little bit dressier, but still not like super fancy. I wore a sundress and sandals. A lot of girls will wear skirts, rompers, just a simpler dress, like nothing too crazy. You don't need to wear heels or anything unless you want to. Wear what you feel comfortable in, but it's not super dressy. There are going to be 7 rounds that last 45 minutes with a 15-minute break in between each. For this round, you will be going to the houses. They will be taking you into the house, and a lot of times you will see what a bedroom looks like, or you will see their living room, their kitchen, stuff like that. It's not a complete house tour, but you will see parts of the house, and you will have more in-depth conversations with fewer girls. And this is in hopes to really connect with you. They're also going to talk a little bit more about their philanthropy. I also want to mention that I said you can see up to 5 sororities back. There is a chance that you may only see 3 or 4 sororities. Not everyone gets to see 5 sororities because maybe there were chapters that didn't want to see them back. So if I ranked 8 chapters and only 4 wanted to see me back, then I would only be seeing 4 chapters, not 5 that day. I also mentioned that there are 7 rounds, but you will only be seeing up to 5 sororities. So what that means is there are 7 different time slots, but you will only be utilizing up to 5 of them. For those other 2 times, you will just be resting, and this is basically just how the rotation of girls work. So I recommend bringing like your laptop, any homework, or honestly just sitting on your phone talking to other girls throughout your group while you are sitting there, because they're gonna be busing you to the houses and stuff like that. So there's like downtime, but you won't necessarily be traveling with your group because now everyone has chosen different sororities to see, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that does. If you have questions, leave them below and I'll try to elaborate. So at the end of sisterhood round, you will sit down and you will rank the sororities you saw. If you only saw 3 that day, you will rank them from 1, 2, 3. And if you saw 5, you will rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order of what you liked best. The next day you will come back and it will be preference round, and you will get called back to up to 2 sororities. So you might see 2, you might see 1, and there may be no sororities that called you back. A lot of people have asked me, should I be nervous if I don't get called back? No, it is not that common that it happens. However, it does happen to some girls. The way that you will find out who you got called back to and what your schedule is for that day, you will be like logging on to a little app on your phone, and it will tell you, here's your schedule for the day. So you will find out the morning of preference round if you didn't get called back to anyone, and you'll just go home, which is kind of sad. So for preference round, there will be 4 rounds, and they will be 1 hour each with a 25-minute break in between each of them. So preference round, you are going to be dressed up a little bit more. I wore a white dress and yellow heels, and you're going to be seeing a little bit more of the house. It's really rare that if you see a sorority on preference round that you will not get a bid from them. However, it does happen, but in most cases, preference round is when the girls are really really trying to connect with you. They really are trying to not win you over, but almost in a sense like they're trying to sell you on this sorority and say that we really like you, we would love to have you to be a member, etc. This is also the time to look around at your peers, the other girls in your group, and say, what I want to be friends with these girls. Not only the girls in the chapter already that are initiated, but what about the potential new members that are around you? Do you vibe well with them? Do you connect with them? I recommend chatting with them throughout different rounds, because those are eventually going to be the girls in your pledge class if they decide to choose the same sorority as you. So think about that. That's super important. So I just said that there are 4 different rounds, but you will only see up to 2 sororities. So for example, when you first find out who you will be seeing, you will get a schedule. And so I had a break for the first round, so I just sat in the ballroom on my phone talking with my other friends in my group, whatever. And then the second round I went to Alpha Phi. I saw their house, and then I had another hour break while I waited, and then my 4th round I went to go see Delta Gamma. So there is a chance that you will have a break in between both. Some people will see Alpha Phi and Delta Gamma right away, and then they get to go home after. It just depends. There are 4 different time slots, and just based on the way that they group everyone, you may have more time waiting during specific rounds. That part to me is the most confusing to explain, so I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Hopefully preference round gives you a pretty clear mindset and you are sure about what you want. However, there are many girls who are not. Talk to your SRC. They are there to help you and guide you and answer any questions that you have. When I went to Alpha Phi, I was like, I asked God for a sign before I went and was like, is this the sorority for me? And I walked in and I really felt like I was met with that sign. And I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. These are the girls that I am supposed to run home to. So at the end of this day, you will be asked to rank the chapters that you saw. Girls who only saw 1 chapter only have 1 sorority to rank, whereas girls like me who were seeing Alpha Phi and Delta Gamma, obviously everyone is subject to different sororities, but I was seeing Alpha Phi and Delta Gamma. I was like, okay, I want to put Alpha Phi first and Delta Gamma second. That meant that if Alpha Phi did not give me a bid, that I would be okay joining Delta Gamma. However, if I did not want to be in Delta Gamma and I was like, Alpha Phi all or nothing, like if I am not an Alpha Phi, I don't want to be in a sorority, then I could have just ranked Alpha Phi first and nothing second. That is called a suicide bid, and it means that you want all or nothing basically. So if I had decided to suicide, which I did not, Alpha Phi would have been able to see that I decided to suicide. They would have been able to see that I was like, it's all or nothing, Alpha Phi, I only want them, which to some people that's good, to some people that's bad, you know, it just depends. And if I decided on the morning of bid day when Alpha Phi didn't give me a bid, I can't go back and change my mind and say, wait, like Alpha Phi didn't want me, now I want to be a Delta Gamma. You can't change your mind. So you have to be really certain that you want to suicide if you decide to go that route. The following morning, you will all meet in the ballroom and you will branch out to different rooms with your SRC group. The 15, 20 girls, whatever, will be sitting in like a meeting room, and they will take you out one by one, give you an envelope, and you will open up your envelope and there will be your bid from your sorority. I'll try to insert the clip of me finding out I was an Alpha Phi right here. So they do it one by one at Kent. I know some schools, everyone's in the room and they all open at once. That's not how it is here. Everyone opens individually, so you can kind of have that moment to yourself. If you do not get a bid, they will call you the morning of and they will say, we are sorry you did not get a bid, stay home. That way everyone that is there is getting a bid. There's no one that's going to be like going home in tears, because they will call you beforehand and say you didn't get one. Once everyone in your SRC group has opened up all their envelopes, you will go out to the front of campus and you will wait, and each SRC group will run home all at once. It's very chaotic. It's all these girls rushing towards their sororities, because the girls who are already initiated, already in that chapter, are all going to be out on that lawn, and they're going to have their bid day attire. They're going to have props, accessories, and your t-shirt to wear. And then once you go to that group, you will run home and you will go to fraternity circle, or if your sorority is not in fraternity circle, you will go to your house, and there you will have the bid day festivities. They will deck you out with fun accessories, glitter, jewels. There will be music, food, all that jazz, and you will really get to bond with your pledge class, take photos with new members, and it's supposed to be just a big, fun, exciting day. It's so cool, guys. I don't really know what else to compare it to other than it gives off big cheer competition vibes, at least I felt. But running home was super fun, so I will try to include clips of that here so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I will also link my week in my life vlogs from sorority recruitment and my bid day vlog below so you guys can check it out if you like want to see what it's like. I obviously didn't vlog while I was in the rounds, but like I said, take note of what conversations are flowing and trust your gut. If you are somewhere and you are like, this is where I feel at home, that girl would be so cool, like I can totally envision myself being best friends with this girl. Take note of those things. Your gut, your intuition, like it knows. And if you don't vibe well with someone, like I said, be nice to everyone, but also it's kind of a good thing. If you don't like a sorority, don't be super discouraged. If anything, it helps you narrow down the process even more, which is of course awesome. I also forgot to mention that when I ranked all 5 the second day after sisterhood round and got called back to 2 on preference round, Alpha Phi and Delta Gamma were my top 2 choices, so I was called back to all of my top choices every single day with the exception of Delta Zeta. Sorry, Madison, they didn't want to see me back. Alright guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. That is everything that you need to know about recruitment at Kent State. If you have any other questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. Like I said, I don't exactly know what virtual recruitment is going to entail, but I will keep you guys updated as I find out stuff. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will talk to you tomorrow for a Q&A with my sister. Bye guys.